Welcome to the presentation on Wavecon Telecom analysis. Hi, my name is Vishal. I'm a data analyst representing Atlic Technology, and this presentation is going to be a part of Code Basics virtual internship. The global adaptation of 5G is accelerating rapidly. By 2025, 5G networks are likely to cover one third of the world's population. In India, this shift is even more significant. How do you think this rapid transition to 5G is shaping our telecom landscape? Well, it's going to be interesting to look at how this trend is impacting Wavecon Telecom. Before we dive into the analysis part directly, let me give you a small introduction to Wavecon Telecom. Wavecon Telecom is one of the India's leading telecommunication provider with over 77 million plus active user base, and they are dedicated to offering innovative and reliable communication solutions to the millions in India. Wavecon is consistently known for pushing the boundaries of teleconnection technology, pioneering their recent advancement to the 5G technology. After this small introduction to the Wavecon, let's now shift our focus back to the objectives set for this presentation. Wavecon has recently launched their 5G network across different cities in India. They seek to know how 5G has impacted their business, in which they are specifically looking for the revenue changes. Second, they want to identify the underperforming KPIs. Third, they want to evaluate the different plans they offer. And based on the analysis, at the end, I'm going to recommend some suggestions to the Wavecon. So now let's start the analysis by knowing the data in our hand. As I already mentioned about Wavecon's recent 5G launch, the map shows the 15 cities where Wavecon provides their services, and the bubble size indicates the active user base in different cities. We have total 8 months of data, 4 months before the launch of 5G and 4 months after the launch of 5G, in order to compare the different business aspects. Now that we have a brief understanding of data and objective, let's dive into first insight, focused on the impact of 5G launch on revenue. Revenue has been dropped by 0.5% after the launch of 5G, which was 16 billion before the launch of 5G, dropped to 15.9 billion. When I look at the revenue change percentage by different cities, cities like Delhi, Chennai, Ahmedabad have experienced a decline in the revenue ranging between 2 to 3%. On the other hand, cities like Lucknow, Gurgaon, Patna, Raipur have shown some increase in the revenue with an average of around 1.6%. This positive growth in the revenue highlights the potential of 5G in order to drive a substantial revenue growth. When I looked at the revenue generated by different cities, Mumbai generates the highest revenue of around 2.45 billion, accounts for 15.42% of the total revenue generation after the launch of 5G. Raipur, on the other hand, is the lowest revenue generation city, accounts for only 1% of the total revenue generation. If we look at the top four cities like Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi, and Bangalore, they collectively generates around 49% of the total revenue. Indicates the strong customer base in those cities. Let's move towards the second insight focused on the underperforming KPIs. KPIs, that is key performance indicator, is a measurable value that indicate how effectively a company is achieving its key business objective. While doing analysis, I found two underperforming KPIs. First one is total active users. Total active users has been dropped by 8.25% after the launch of 5G. If we look at the drop percentage by different cities in active users, a significant drop is found in cities like Raipur, Delhi, Ahmedabad. On the other hand, Pune has shown some increase in active users by 18% post 5G launch. Second underperforming KPI is total unsubscribed users. Total unsubscribed users has been increased by 23% post 5G launch. When we compare the unsubscribed users before and after the launch of 5G with percentage of change, cities like Lucknow, Pune, and Jaipur has shown increase in unsubscription rate, which is above 50%, which is the area of concern. Mumbai, on the other hand, has experienced a decrease in unsubscription rate by 12%. Given the information, this led to drop in market share of the Wavecon. If we look at the unsubscribed users by month, this graph is evident to show that the unsubscribed users are increased month over month. If we consider the period after the launch of 5G, the month over month average unsubscription rate is 31.76%, which in turn led to drop in Viacon's market share. Now let's move towards the next insight focused on plan. Plans that are performing well in terms of revenue generation after the launch of 5G and the plans that are not performing well. By the way, these are the plans that are present before and after the launch of 5G. The plan P1, that is Smart Recharge Pack 2 GB per day combo for 3 months, is the best performing plan, which has shown increase in the revenue by 24%. And the other two plans, that is plan P2 and P3, I kept them in a non-performing category because these plans have not shown any significant increase or decrease in the revenue generation. The reason I kept them in a non-performing category is the amount of revenue generated by these plans is way more than compared to the other plans. So based on my analysis, it is recommended to continue offering these two plans. Next, we have the plans that are largely affected by the launch of 5G. The plan P7, that is 25 GB combo 3G 4G data pack, is the mostly affected plan, where we have seen a drop of 274% in the revenue. Along with that, the plan like P5, P6, that is 99 rupees full talk time combo and extreme service mobile data pack with limited data for 28 days, has shown a drop of 50% in the revenue. And the common factor among these plans is they are the short duration plans. Based on the analysis and the revenue drop in these plans, it is recommended to replace these plans with value for money pack and value added service plans in order to boost the revenue. Next, we have the plans that are discontinued after the launch of 5G. The plans P8, P9, and P10, that is the plan Daily Saver, Combo Top Up, Big Combo Pack, are the plans that are discontinued after the launch of 5G. And the possible reason for their discontinuations are the lower demand. With the advent of the 5G, customers may prefer the plans with a higher data allowance. The second reason could be these plans are inadequate with the 5G needs. The plans that offers limited data that might be insufficient for the usage patterns of the 5G. To summarize the analysis of 5G launch impact on the Wavecon's business, it reveals significant insights into revenue changes, users' behavior, and the plan performance. Based on my findings, Here are my some recommendations. First recommendation is provide customer support. Wavecon need to strengthen their customer support services in order to address the issues promptly and effectively. Second, competitive pricing and plan diversity. They need to introduce new affordable plans in order to cater the broader customer base by studying competitors. Third is collect customers' feedback. As we have seen, the unsubscribing rate in different cities has been increased. It is high time to collect customers' feedback in order to understand their concerns and preferences. Fourth, network expansion and reliability. Wavecon need to heavily invest in network infrastructure in order to minimize the outage and enhance reliability. Thank you for your time and attention today. I appreciate your interest in the analysis and findings. Thank you.